Hey, what's up everybody? Mr. Guinea here. It's Saturday. We're about to go to the Philadelphia Auto Show. So I'm in downtown Philly right now. It's funny, I actually made a reservation on Spot Hero, and I think I went to the wrong garage. I put the information into my GPS, and I'm not sure if you can see kind of further down. That's kind of where I parked. But when I enter the park spot, I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't seem like it's in line with the instructions. I kind of want to get to the event pretty quickly because it actually closes at 5 o'clock. The event ends at 5 o'clock. It's adjusted hours, I believe. That's because of the weather, because we're supposed to have some inclement weather and, you know, some pretty bad snow coming up. But anyway, enough talking. I'm going to go ahead and make my way to the Philly Auto Show. Let's go. All right, so I think we're getting pretty close now. So I'm about to cross Race Street. I'm on Broad Street right now. So I think this building in front of me, I think that's the convention center, but I'm not. So I'm sorry, I got cut off. So what I was saying was I think that's the convention center, but I'm not 100. But anyway, gonna go ahead and cross the street here. Looks like I'm talking to myself. People probably looking at me all like weird, but whatever, who cares? So all right, so we're across the street now, and I'm still on Broad Street. But anyway, all right, so pretty close. So all right, we'll see you inside. Okay, so we're getting pretty close here. Enter 12th Street. So there's a crowd of people going, so I'm kind of wondering how crowded it's going to be. I imagine it's going to be pretty crowded. Let's see. I'm not sure if the Eagles are playing today or not. I guess they are. I should know this because I'm used to be a diehard NFL person. I just haven't been following it as much. But in any case, I'm kind of rambling here. So we'll keep walking. We're getting pretty close here. And then yeah, so we'll go inside and hopefully we'll get some good footage of a lot of cars. See you inside, man. Hey, so basically we had to walk around this entire building here. Not too bad. So basically we had to enter on 12th Street. So I guess we're heading toward 12th Street right now. I was gonna say, yeah, one unfortunate thing was, so I made the booking on Spot Hero before I came out here, and I called the help department up, and unfortunately I was unable to get a refund for my for my booking because I went to the wrong garage, but I was able to get a credit. So I guess if I go to the New York Auto Show, I can probably just use it there, I guess. So anyway, all right, cool. Okay, so before we get started, I just kind of want to go over this, I guess, overview here. So typically, what they had last year was was Custom Alley. This was really pretty cool because there were just so many modified, customized cars here. And I guess the other events I'd been to, I think this was kind of one of the things that stood out at the Philly event. So I'm going to be really excited to go to that and check that out. Now, I guess, for those of you that really haven't been to these auto shows at the convention centers, I've seen them as mostly kind of showcasing the latest and greatest cars from your major manufacturers. You see like Toyota and Ford and Nissan, Chevy, and so forth. So, kind of going to go out and check out, kind of what's the latest on the market. And then check this out. They didn't have this last year. This is called Back in the Day Way. So here they're going to probably have a lot of classics, a lot of older cars, and for those of you that have followed my channel, I have a lot of classic car content on my channel. It's something that I've really gotten into. So anyway, all right, cool. Let's go see some cars. Hey, what's up, everybody? Again, I'm Mr. Guinea, and welcome to the 2025 Philadelphia Auto Show. So yeah, not surprisingly, it's pretty mobbed here. So it's Saturday. I believe the Eagles are playing as well. So there's a lot going on downtown. So yeah, just kind of gonna pan out a little bit here. So on this side, looks like we got some SUVs and trucks. Don't know what. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of get more into detail. I think this is the GMC section. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna kind of get more details. But check this out. So right at the entrance, or at least where I kind of walked in, you got some of the exotics over here. So you got your McLarens, and you got one Lotus over there that I'm gonna kind of pan in on. I'm gonna pan in on, I guess, once I've done this little intro here. But anyway, yeah. So gonna be a lot to see here. It'll be a little bit of a challenge because you had a lot of people, so it might be a little bit of a challenge getting some of the footage, but I'll manage like I always do. So, all right, cool, let's get to it. So check out this beautiful red Lotus Emira. This is really a nice looking, stunning car. And look at the intake. Check out the intake over there. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the I think it's the McLaren Artura. So you know, it's kind of weird I'm comparing a Lotus and a McLaren, but you know, again, this is also another kind of higher end sports car. I don't know. I admit I don't know too much about the Lotuses because my focus has mostly been like the you know, has been McLaren and Lamborghini and so forth. But anyway, this is a sharp little car. So anyway, let's keep moving. All right, so now we're going to pan over to, ooh, look at that. That is the new McLaren 750S. Isn't she beautiful? Look at that. So, you know, I'm not sure how many of you know this, but I've kind of been in the market for a 720S. So that's the model before the 750. And there are some differences between this one here, the blue 750S and the 720S. There are a couple of items that are like weight saving. You know, can't go inside the car, obviously, but, you know, inside the 720S, basically that the dash or the I guess the speedometer actually will flip up. They don't have that option in this car. That actually saves some weight. So there are some options in this car that make it lighter, and I guess would actually make it faster. So, but anyway, yeah, what a beautiful 750S. So there we got the Lotus Emira and the 750S, and then here, I believe it's the McLaren Artura. Now, I'll be honest. I kind of have my heart set on a 720S, getting a 720S, but this is supposed to be a very, very fast car. So this is the hybrid version of the McLaren. So yeah, so this, I heard this car performs very well relative to the 720S, or in this case now the 750S. But still a very beautiful car. I love this light blue here, and I love the orange calipers. And again, orange is the I guess the noted McLaren color. I guess the color that represents McLaren. I'm going to pan back on the 750 so you can see the I'm going to pan in here a little bit. You can see the wheels have the orange, kind of orange trim on them. Let's pan in a little bit more here so you can see the 750 and see those wheels there, and I'll pan back out again. But yeah, so all right, let's keep moving. So here's a closer look at the Artura, and it is a stunning car, and you can hear the lady talking about the turquoise, and I agree with her. This is a beautiful, that turquoise is a really beautiful color for that car. It makes that car look stunning, and especially with the orange brake calipers, it just kind of gives it a nice contrast. And you can see the orange, you can kind of see the orange seat belts inside that McLaren. So now let's plan over here. So this is the McLaren GT. So you know, this is also a pretty sharp looking car. It's got the McLaren orange on it. So, but again, you know, for me, I kind of have my heart set on a 720S. You know, again, that's the model right before the 750S replaced it. But yeah, beautiful car. I'll see if I can get some other angles of this. So actually, I was a little bit off. This is actually a McLaren GTS, but I think it still falls under the same category, McLaren GT. So I guess this is more like the touring car. This probably car is, I'm guessing, it's not going to be as aggressive or as racy as the 720S. It's not going to be as stiff or as, you know, yeah, as aggressive as, say, the 720 or the 750S. But that's, you know, another model of the McLaren lineup. So just want to talk a little bit about the McLarens. So, you know, as I mentioned, I'm kind of in the market for McLaren. Now, it's funny because these cars, you know, kind of have a bad reputation for breaking down. Now, I shouldn't really say anything about the 2025 because I don't know what improvements they made. I just know, like, I rent a lot of exotic cars, and I just hear from the exotic car, you know, from the companies that, you know, they say go with, oh, just, you know, rent a Lamborghini. They're always trying to convince me to rent a Lamborghini, like especially the Huracan, because the Aventadors and the McLarens, they say every McLaren they always have problems with. Now, I actually rented the 720S, and it was finicky. Don't get me wrong, the car was very finicky. There was all like little issues with electrical and just the warning lights going off and everything. It was just, the car had a sort of a spirit of its own, so to speak. But I really didn't have any serious problems with the car when driving it. So I mean, I kind of venture to guess that it's just like any other exotic car. You just really have to pamper. You got to be careful with these cars. You know, you're paying for the performance. You're paying for the fact it's high end. I mean, they may not be the most reliable, but no, I'm pretty optimistic about what McLaren has to offer. I think they have some really beautiful cars. They're very, very well performing. I mean, McLaren's definitely perform very, very well compared to the competition. Like, for example, the 720S. outperforms the 488s, the Ferrari 488, and also the Lamborghini Huracan quite easily, actually. So they're very high-performing cars. They're very good cars. So yeah, cool. Anyway, so in the interest of time, I think the best thing to do is I'm just going to kind of walk around, get footage of what I see. It may be kind of limited narration and everything, just because you know, I was told these events have gotten kind of smaller, but even then, there's still a lot. There's still a lot to see. So you know, I'm going to probably not have as much narration. But anyway, let's keep moving. So that looks like a Ineos Jeep there. So pretty cool. Let's keep moving. You know, that would really be great if I could kind of go in and maybe talk to the representative, the manufacturer representative, just to kind of get a better idea of Ineos and what they can offer. Because actually, I'm gonna cut. Anyway, so what I was saying was, you know, my mom actually is in the market for a new car, and I suppose I am too. To be honest, I'm really not too big on buying a new car every 3 or 4 years. I know my late father was. My mom kind of believes in that. I kind of believe in holding on to a car as long as possible. But that being said, you know, my mom rules rules with an iron fist regardless. So, and you always got to make the mom happy. So, you know, if she does want to get a new car, then I think it does make sense to kind of go and, you know, later on if I have time, you know, I kind of want to go in and talk to the representative and see, see what these cars can offer. I mean, typically, you know, I might go for a Ford or a Ford or maybe a Toyota. That's kind of what I've had before in the past with SUVs and everything. But yeah, I'd be curious to see what Ineos has to offer. I mean, these are pretty interesting looking SUVs or Jeeps. I guess they kind of look more like Jeeps. They kind of seem more like, yeah, basically like a Jeep. I mean, they're very boxy. This is a nice looking Ineos. I love the color on this. So it almost looks like kind of a cross between a Jeep and a Hummer. So it just looks kind of beefy, looks kind of imposing. But anyway, yeah, let's keep moving. So check this out. This is the 2023 Mono R. I hate to sound ignorant, but I actually have no idea what in the heck this is. You know, I guess I've kind of, had my head in my where in regards to McLaren and Lambos and Ferraris and so forth. You know, because I'm trying to rent them and post more footage on my channel. But this is a sharp looking ride, whatever this is. I can't imagine that if it's a street league or if you have the same kind of how the regulations apply to something like this. Yeah, I would think it would be, because you have slingshots. So this kind of reminds me of a slingshot a little bit. But check it out. Look at this. 343 horsepower. It's something like this. I'd freaking kill myself in a car like this. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna pan over here again. It's just nice to get some of the footage of the, I just love my exotics, the McLarens, or the McLarens and the Lotuses over there. Let me pan on these again. So I'm gonna kind of get a little close up here. Yeah, SF50 looks nice. That Lotus looks nice too. So anyway. So the section behind me is GMC. So I know I've said this before. I'm probably going to just cut short on the narration. Just try to get more footage of what's out there. I might talk through a little bit some of these cars and everything. But anyway, let's keep moving. This is the inside of a GMC pickup, and it looks pretty roomy. You have a lot of the controls on the steering wheel, so I kind of wonder maybe that's something the manufacturers are trying to do a little bit more, is kind of make these more driver focused. Kind of taking a page from Ferrari, so to speak. But this is the GMC. The inside of a GMC SUV, and it's yeah, look at this. So you see a lot of the cars now kind of have the almost like a tablet here. So yeah, it's a pretty nice little interior here. So I'm gonna stop talking because there's someone in the car with me. So anyway, what's actually pretty funny is I am trying to do my little YouTube thing here and everything, and it's a little weird because I was sitting in the passenger seat, and then a little kid came up and sat in the driver's seat. I'm kind of talking. Maybe I should have kept going and be like, yeah, hey, dude, I got a YouTube channel. I do this for my channel, and give my gave him my handle and everything. But in any case, this whole thing's kind of impromptu. But anyway, yeah. So this is check this. I'm gonna pan it on here. So this is a pretty nice looking SUV here. Because again, my mom is obsessed with getting SUVs and getting something safe. And so I kind of am in the market for an SUV. This is a GMC SUV. Just not sure what brand it is, but it's a nice color. I like that color. So this is a really nice looking interior. I just love the lighting in this car. I love the lighting in this truck here. This cabin doesn't look quite as big. I really do like this this layout here. I love how the lights light up and everything. But I'm guessing with something like this, you're more concerned with the how much this can tow and just how much room you have kind of in your flatbed than you are with your cabin. But yeah, this is a really nice this is a nice interior here, and I really do like this this kind of interactive display here. So it's really nice. Look at that Hummer. That is fresh. That Hummer is beautiful. Yeah, that is nice. You know what? I might have to convince my mom. Hey, look, we might have to reconsider Ford. And don't get me wrong, Ford. My Explorer's done really nice, but that Hummer is sweet. I love the way this thing looks. Now I would love to get in this, but guess what? You can't. Isn't that a shame? Very unfortunate, but this car actually looks stunning from the outside. Look at this thing. So I kind of want to talk about this Hummer a little bit. This thing is actually beautiful, and I've kind of liked Hummers, but I've never been overly crazy about them. But this particular one I think is really beautiful. I love the wheels. Check out the wheels on this Hummer. This thing is really, really nice looking. I just love the front and everything. Yeah, this Hummer is really striking to me. So this might be something I might consider for a new car. So we'll see. Yeah, that kind of bluish gray looks really beautiful on that Hummer. Lovely. Yeah, so I just kind of had to hook up my portable battery, but I just can't get enough footage of this Hummer. This thing is beautiful. Yeah, I just really love the color of this. I think the manufacturers do a really good job of just presenting the best cars they have, or rather the most stunning looking cars they have. This I just look at this and I want to buy this. I just look at this car, and maybe that's the point of these shows. You kind of get that buying addiction or what have you, where you just walk into a shoe store, for example. I'm a basketball player, and I walk in, I want to buy freaking every single Nike or Adidas or what have you, and it's kind of the same thing with the cars. I see this thing, and I freaking want this in my driveway. It's a beautiful car. Alright, so just kind of going to do more overview here. So there's a Hummer again. So you got some GMC trucks here. Just kind of get a quick overview of this area. You know what I really like about these events is I see this kind of as a really big family event. It's almost like a way for just just you have families, your kids, you just kind of get out of the house and just kind of have something nice to do and see some other cars, and also while potentially shopping for a new car. So this is one of the things I love about these auto shows, that I think it kind of benefits, it has multiple benefits. You're benefiting the local economy, because you have a lot of influx of people coming in to see these cars. What is this one here? Look at this color here. Oh, Buick. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Buick and Vista. Yeah, I was just reading about the Buick. So this is a nice looking. Let's take a look at this Buick here. What a nice color. Wow, beautiful. Take a quick look inside. All right, somewhere in there. That's okay. My man's gonna love driving that one. Beautiful. What's up, my guy? What's going on, man? YouTube channel. So here's another Buick in a red. And again, it's funny because, again, like I mentioned, I typically, you know, my family's always like kind of had Fords and Toyotas, never Buick. But, you know, this is certainly something I kind of want to take a closer look at and see. You know, just while I'm here, I might as well go and pan in on it. Oh, someone's in there. All right, so I just won't get too much. Yeah, it's kind of weird when I'm going to get footage of when someone's in the car. But anyway, you know, just getting the outside of the car is nice. So that is a nice looking Buick. All right, just going to go overview here basically. So it looks like we're in the Hyundai section now. Got the Elantra there. Those lights look really sharp. So yeah, I love those front lights. I love that grille. So nice design by Hyundai there. So right behind me you have a Hyundai Sonata, and it's certainly not a car I ever look at. Again, just because I've, you know, been so much into exotics and into classics, and, you know, pretty much not into just your normal manufactured cars. But, you know, this Sonata, I love this. I love the color. This kind of this darker gray color on it, kind of a metallic gray. And you may have seen earlier the lights. The front lights are beautiful on this car. This car, I think its MSRP is like 27 and change. So this is certainly not a bad looking car. I hate to say I don't know too much about Hyundai, but you know, I think this is a really beautiful car, at least aesthetically. Very nice looking car. I'm not sure how many of you know this or not. I hate to say I didn't even know this till much later on. Hyundai is a Korean company. It's not a Japanese car. And, you know, I hate to say, you know, I kind of did get them mixed up before. You know, you see Honda, Toyota, Mitsubishi. I mean, Japan has a very large foothold on the car market. And I just, when I heard Hyundai, I just had previously thought it was a Japanese car, but it's not. It's a Korean car manufacturer, and, you know, they've done. I think they've done pretty well. They're pretty, you know, obviously a well-known company. And look at the front here. Oh, I love that. I love that trim, that bottom trim on this Hyundai. This is really nice. So, you know, it's just kind of cool to see how the designs and the aesthetics of the cars change over time. Ooh, look at that kind of bronze, like, what is that, like a matte chocolate or matte bronze? That is sharp. So I really got to give Hyundai kudos, because they're, you know, definitely their design work is really picked up quite a bit. This is a stunning looking car. Now, of course, the other things that are important are reliability, safety. Of course, is the big one. I don't know where Hyundai fits in that, but I know aesthetically their cars are very nice looking. They've definitely picked it up in the aesthetics department. Now let's keep moving here. We've got a long way to go. A lot to see here. A lot to see.
headlights.
Yeah, that is really sharp. So check out these headlights. So you know, I don't see square headlights too often like this. So this is kind of again unique design. So I don't know who Hyundai's design head is, but or whoever the designers of Hyundai are, but I'm particularly impressed with Hyundai. I really am. Look at these wheels too. The wheels are nice looking as well. So this is the Hyundai Ioniq 5. That's what this is. It almost looks like a cross between like, it looks like a hatchback or almost a like a larger hatchback basically. And again, you have these square lights kind of in the back as well as the front. But yeah, look at the design elements here. Check this out. Look at, you know, you have this kind of orange trim here, and you have almost like maybe some other lights here. I'm not sure what, but again, I'm really impressed with Hyundai's design. Hyundai has really stepped up their game quite a bit. Oh, look at this. I feel a little bad. I just cut some kid off. I feel so bad to get my footage here, but look at this interior. This is beautiful. I mean, look at this wheel here, nice and beefy, and you have controls on the wheel here. So again, it's more driver focused. Then the blue here, yeah, this is a nice looking interior here, and again, you kind of have this larger readout here as well. Let's see what else. So yeah, this looks very it kind of looks minimalist. It's kind of a minimalist design, but it's very sporty. It almost reminds me a little bit of a Volkswagen GTI, a little bit. Just it's like almost like a sporty hatch kind of sorta. Anyway, let's move on. So right behind me is the Hyundai Ioniq 5N. I'm probably mispronouncing the heck out of it because I don't really look at Hyundais much, but I just have to note that, you know, this particular Hyundai, I just love the design elements on this car. I love the orange trim and the square headlights, and then the design of the wheels. And I was just inside the cabin, and yeah, I think the Hyundai has really stepped up their game. So this here, I believe it's electric too. I think this whole thing, that whole car it's not a hybrid, it's electric. I have to look it up. I hate to say I don't know, but I just think it's a really beautiful looking car. And Hyundai's not a company those cars I normally looked at, but that's gonna change it now actually. So anyway, let's keep moving. Ooh, look at those headlights! Wow. Again, just you know, Hyundai's definitely a stepped up design here. So this must be the SUV basically. Oh, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, again, you just gotta, you know, it's kind of funny because now I think people know that, you know, with YouTube and with social media and everything like that, now it's almost been customary that people just duck and move out of the way when they see someone filming. Maybe back in the 80s or 90s, maybe that wouldn't be as prevalent. Maybe it is, I don't know. But anyway, I'm rambling, so I'm just gonna get real quick, kind of just pan in here because there's someone sitting inside. So again, you kind of look at the design elements. You kind of have kind of a wide display at the driver's side. Then you have, again, the car's a little bit more driver focused now. You might be able to see, let's see if I can pan in there. So I'm kind of panning on the steering wheel there. You can kind of see there's some of the controls on the driver panel, on the steering wheel rather. So let me pan back out here. Oop. But yeah, anyway, let's keep moving. So we have a lot of roominess here, and let's see, if you're smaller, it's a little hard to reach those those controls there. Oh, my man's got some jump there. So, oh, he got it. Look at that. Yep. So here's a Santa Fe hybrid. But yeah, again, just look at those headlights. Yeah, just a nice looking car. So I'm just gonna have to go and take a look, kind of just research Hyundai a little bit more, and just see kind of where they fall in terms of their reliability, their service, and of course safety and everything. So this nice fluorescent yellowish green Hyundai Kona. Very lovely. Again, those very futuristic headlights. kind of reminds me of like almost like a like a 80s sci-fi movie. And you're like, they imagine what cars will look like in the 2000s or something, and then that's pretty much close to what it is. I mean, just look at those lights. Those lights almost look like just very futuristic. Let's kind of walk around this again. Yeah, very, very lovely. Some more Hyundais. Slightly different design of the lights on this one here. This is an Ioniq 5 electric here. Again, you know, look at the wheels. Look at those wheels there. So again, you know, have the square headlights, kind of becoming almost symbolic of Hyundai. So I'm just going to try to get some other cars here that I didn't get. Not sure I got these or not. Go Steelers. We're out of the playoffs now, so it doesn't really matter. All out Hyundai now. So this is the Ioniq 6 SEL. You know, the back actually looks a little bit like a Mercedes, a little bit. I just get Mercedes vibes from this. Again, I just love the design of the back and the lighting on here. Let's see. Just kind of pan around here. And even these lights are different, so I'm just noticing a lot of variation, you know, on the various Hyundai models, the lighting and everything like that. Let's pan down here. Yes, these lights are really stunning, beautiful lights. All right, so we're just about done the Hyundai section, and I kept saying to myself, I was going to narrate, but here I'm narrating. You know, this is the Hyundai Ioniq 6 SEL, and I was just mentioning earlier how you have so much variation in the designs, particularly of the lighting, you know, between all the different, you know, different Hyundai models. And all of them look really stunning. So this one actually looks a little sportier. Just the lighting, just the headlights look really sporty. What's up, my man? YouTube channel. You got those. So, yeah, no, I was just gonna say to myself again before I start rambling again, but yeah, this car here kind of gave me a little bit Mercedes vibes. Kind of back up here. Yeah, this is kind of different from the other Hyundais I saw. This is kind of more of the sedan or the coupe, or more like a car, not like an SUV. Kind of interesting body shape, but no, again, just overall, I just want to say Hyundai did a really nice job. I think I might even start looking, if I look for new cars, I'm going to include Hyundai in it. So now this is the Honda. So we're going from Hyundai to Honda. So let's just kind of get a general overview here. Now I know Hondas are very reliable cars. Hondas have a very, very good reputation overall. You know, reliability, safety too. But yeah, Hondas, I know for the longest time, Hondas have really had a very good, good track record in general, and just good reputation in the auto industry. So that was the Hyundai section, and now this is the Honda section. So we're going from Korea to Japan. So Hyundai's Korean and Honda's Japanese.
The Odyssey, Robert.
And this is not necessarily a knock on Honda. I mean, these cars I don't think are quite as aesthetically stunning or appealing as the Hyundais. Hyundai looks like they spent a lot more time on the design, so these just look like normal cars, but it's not really a knock on them. So what I'm saying, it's not really a knock on the car at all, because I would think maybe Honda maybe just focuses on other things. They focus mostly on, you know, how reliable are their cars, basically, and that's ultimately your most important. That's probably your most important parameter there, is how reliable the car is, because the car could look great, you know, it could perform great, but if it's not reliable, if it's going to break down, then what's the point? This is the Honda Pilot, and again, I don't know much about Honda Pilots at all. But it's your typical standard SUV. It's got a lot of room in the back. That's good for, you know, basically if you just have a lot of stuff, you're a hoarder or something, it's really good. I'm kind of joking, but no, this one looks particularly roomy. You know, again, my mom is in the market for a new SUV. She's got a 2016 Acura. That's done pretty well overall. Kind of older car now, but anyway, yep. So this is the Honda Pilot. Nice looking black color. And you know that this is kind of why I hate to say it, I probably am not the best person to judge, you know, just getting a regular everyday new car. I think my problem is I just tend to focus on the car's looks just because I have that little kid in me. You know, I look at the exotic cars, you know, I was kind of drooling over some of the Hyundais and the way the car looked and everything, but I don't know much about how reliable the Hyundais are. I mean, they look great. Even the name Ioniq sounds great. Now this car, their Honda powered, certainly I would not say is your super aesthetically appealing, super sexy, I'm going to pick up a chick, blah, blah, blah kind of ride. But again, you know, who cares? At the end of the day, you want something that's reliable. I know from what I know about Honda, their cars are very reliable. So here's a Honda Passport. Oh, thanks, appreciate it, man. Honda Passport. This car I think is slightly better looking. I guess the design aesthetics of the car are a little bit more, you know, striking for what have you. Look at those wheels, the black wheels on there. Those are kind of cool looking. So again, a little green on this. I don't know much about the Passport. Again, it kind of falls kind of more under SUV, so it's probably something that, you know, I'm going to be in the market for eventually, and my mom as well. Nice looking headlights there, so cool. So this is the end of the Honda section. So I'm just kind of gonna do a little more overview here. The rest of the cars and the rest of the Hondas here. Ooh, the Civic. So I got to talk a little bit about this because the Honda Civic has been around like forever. At least the 80s or something. Yeah, Honda Civic has been around for a very, very long time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit in this thing. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do right now. I mean, this has been like pretty much a staple of, you know, I don't know, American culture, can I say? I don't know, even it's not an American car. But yeah, the Honda Civic has been around for a very, very long time. And this is the 2025 Honda Civic. Look at it. Look at her. Just kind of cool to see how the cars have evolved and the design has evolved over time. But this is what a Honda Civic looks like. The inside of a Honda Civic. Pretty cool, right? And I failed to mention that this one actually is a hybrid. It just kind of shows your, you know, one of your main, you know, main models that have been a staple of your of Honda for a long time. You know, going hybrids or just again keeping up with the times. But yeah. So here's another Civic here, and I really like the dark blue on this and the wheels. So this is kind of, you know, I think this one definitely does look a little more aesthetically appealing than some of the SUVs. Again, not trying to knock it, just it's my personal opinion. But yeah, this is a nice little car. You know, again, if I was someone, you know, let's say if I didn't have a lot of pull financially, you know, to get something exotic, get something kind of higher end, I can see myself driving something like this. This is a really nice car, and you know, I think Civics have done very well over time. I think they've always been very reliable, and this also is a really nice looking car. So I can certainly see myself rocking this, you know, driving in this. All right, we'll just get this last one here. We're going to move on then. So this is the last Honda that I'm going to get. Alright, let's keep moving. Hey everyone, hope you're having a good time. Hope you're enjoying the video. So we just basically covered Honda, and then before that we did Hyundai, and then even before that, well, obviously McLaren. There was like one Lotus there, and what was that other company? I can't even remember now what the other company was, but there was another company I didn't know much about. Anyway, so we have a lot to cover here. So we're about to enter Subaru, and Subaru actually has been known for these car shows to have a little like little spot for puppies. Maybe we can go over there, but just real quick, Subaru's, you know, really big on safety. Really big on safety. I think it was at the New York Auto Show where they actually had a crashed Subaru. They actually had a crashed Subaru on display, and they were trying to showcase safety. So these Subarus are known for their safety. And of course you have the Impreza, the WRX. I'm not really up to speed on what their offerings are now, or if that's even offered or not. But anyway, let's go check out the Subaru now. Let's go. Got that big dog statue over there. Ooh, what is this? Oh, I have not heard of this one. BRZ-TS. I am not familiar with this car at all. But this is a really nice, sporty looking car here. Look at this. Lovely looking car. So there you have your typical front scoop. That's typical of your WRXs. This might be the WRX. Let's kind of pan around here. Because I know back in the day, this was pretty much the fastest car in its market. Yep, Subaru WRX. So, yeah, I know that. Yeah, this car is absurdly fast. Again, for cars in its market. Yeah, I definitely have to sit in a WRX. I just have to, because this has been a legendary car for a very long time. So again, not surprisingly, you have a lot of your controls on your steering wheel. So again, kind of makes this car more driver focused, especially since it's probably considered a sports car. And look, and you have an actual, I think it's an actual manual here. So you don't see these too often. So this is a manual, and then you have a I don't want to say I get Tesla-like vibes from this car, but I only say that just because it's very minimalist, and you just kind of have this, I guess, touchscreen over here, which you can't really do anything with, but and then you have these really sporty looking seats here. Oh, my arm just got in the way there. But yeah, this is clearly a very sporty interior. I don't want to sit here too long because people are waiting, and then they've got the engine start button. So yeah, this is definitely a true sports car. So right behind me is the Subaru WRX. So this has been a staple of Subaru and of fast compact sports cars. So yeah, the Subaru WRX is a very fast car. I was a little annoyed at that only because I was a Volkswagen person, and I typically bought the GTIs. I had like maybe 3 or 4 GTIs, when I was younger, and I always knew that that this car was faster than the GTI. It was kind of the same thing where I'm a bit of a Lamborghini fan, but Ferraris. For the most part, Ferraris do outperform Lamborghinis. That's a whole other. Anyway, but yeah, this is a really nice looking color for the car too. Typically, I've seen these in blue. Like the most kind of common color I've seen for this car is blue. So I'm panning more towards the front now, and you have that aggressive, front scoop, the air scoop there. But yeah, just wanted to point this car because it's been really a staple of the compact car market, and it's performed very well in that as well. Let's keep moving. So what do we have here? We've got an Impreza here. All right, we'll get this Impreza. All right, good. All right, gonna go overview here. Kind of capture some of these. This is a pretty cool looking color for this car. Yeah, most of the Subarus actually I've seen are very much like, I don't want to say station wagons, but kind of like a cross between a hybrid and a car. They kind of have a similar look to them, I guess, at least from what I've seen. So let's keep kind of going here. Yeah, this Subaru section is very powerful, I think mostly because of the petting area. Let's kind of pan in here, so you got some puppies and everything here. Bit more. Yeah, my mom actually really wants to get a puppy really badly. So maybe that's something we'll get eventually. She got the Subaru Crosstrek there. Kind of like that brown, kind of brownish, orangish color there. Decent amount of room. I mean, not quite as much as an SUV, but you know, this really, I don't think this really is considered an SUV, like crossover or something. So Crosstrek. Anyway, that's a nice shot of the Subaru and then that big dog statue there. So, all right. I like the wheels on this one here. Check out the bronze-looking wheels on this Subaru. So I might have got this already. I can't remember if I did or not. So we're gonna go and finish up Subaru here. So this is the Subaru section. There's one more Subaru over here. Try it again. So this is the Subaru section. Let's move on. All right. So next up we have Ford. So this is the Ford section, and not surprisingly, it's completely mobbed over here. So it's gonna be hard to get some footage, but that's okay. I mean, you know, Ford has been a very successful manufacturer, definitely probably one of the most successful manufacturers in this country. You know, I can kind of go into the whole spiel about Henry Ford, but just gonna keep it, you know, more modern. But anyway, yeah, let's keep moving. I'll try to get the best footage I can of some of the Fords. So let's go. Check this out, the Ford Mustang convertible. This is always a staple of you know, a Ford, of American culture. Muscle cars. Mustang here. They got the 5.0. Beautiful. I'm going to try to sneak a shot of the interior there. That's the interior of the Mustang. Is that a stick shift? Oh, that might be a 5-speed actually. I say that out of shock because again, most of these cars you know, definitely they don't make manuals that much anymore. It's more the you know, the paddle shifters. That's kind of been the go-to for the longest time now. But anyway, I digress. The Mustang GT, you know, very nice looking car. Love that, you know, dual exhaust in the back. Very lovely. You know, I love this color. It's like kind of a fluorescent, or not fluorescent, it's almost like a pink, a darker pink or something. So this one I've seen at previous car shows, and I just couldn't make out what it was. This is called a Mustang Mach-E, and I don't really know what to think of it. Because when I think Mustang, I think of the typical sports muscle car, and I guess this is the SUV version or what have you. Maybe it's electric or Mach-E, so I'm assuming it's electric because it has E in it. But in any case, yeah, I mean it's something, you know. I mean it's not probably a car something I would go for, because again, I guess when I think Mustang, I think of the muscle car. But anyway, that's the Mach-E. All right, just kind of go overview here. But look at how much activity there is in the Ford section. You got some game over there, but they're just drawing a lot of people here. So I can imagine the Ford sales are going to do. Ford's going to do really well sales-wise, just from this event alone, just from people coming here and, you know, checking all the Fords they have. This is my Explorer. Yes, the Ford Explorer. This is the one I have. Well, I have the 2017, but this is the Ford Explorer. I'm gonna have to take a close look at this one. All right, so I gotta sit in this. And you know what's the first thing I noticed? It just seems a little sportier, actually. So I'm gonna go and sit inside this thing. Yeah, this is basically my my Ford Explorer. Very much like it. Now the big difference, of course, I don't remember having this big screen over here, so that's a big difference. I wonder if it's touchscreen or not. You know, the only issue I have with the touchscreen is it's still kind of a distraction. I like how you have all your controls on the steering wheel here. And you know, my car's, the Ford Explorer I have, a 2017, is kind of like that, but it looks like this one has like more controls on the steering wheel. But yeah, this is the Ford Explorer. It probably has a similar You have to lift up a little lever over here to open this up. So yeah, it's just like the car that I have, very similar. So I mean, my big thing is what do you call reliability. I just want the car to last for a long time. So no, you're good, man. You're good. So and yeah, so I can see myself getting this car just because I have an Explorer already, and I'm already going to a car that I'm familiar with, and I take it to the dealer. The dealer knows me as well. So, you know, again, I'm not too picky when it comes to like a new car, even though I might seem like it from my videos and all that. But no, I can see myself getting another Explorer. But anyway, let's keep moving. Yeah, someone was commenting on the front of this car, and I have to agree, the front does look really nice. And you have that ST in the front, which I certainly don't have on my Explorer. But yeah, it's a nice looking, this is a nice looking truck, and this black looks really nice. Mine is like a dark gray. But anyway, yeah, let's keep moving. So look at that. That is the Bronco Sport. And I think what's really, you know, for me, what's kind of fascinating is that I've seen a lot of the older Broncos at some of the classic car shows. I think in the Ocean City Highlights video, the classic car video that they had last summer, I think there was like a light green Bronco. And so for me, it's just kind of cool to see kind of like the more modern version of the Bronco. So right behind me is the Ford Bronco Sport. And I think what's really interesting about this car for me is that, you know, in a lot of the classic car events that I went to, or at least the Ocean City one, as I was saying just a little earlier, they had a green Bronco. I think it was one from the 80s, like early to mid 80s. And it's just, so for me, it's just kind of cool. I just think of the classic Bronco when I see this one, but this is obviously the more modern Bronco Sport. And it's funny, it kind of still retains its shape. It still retains its identity. So when I see this, I can definitely see like the older Bronco in it, like kind of the same design elements, but it's just the more modern version of it. And let's kind of go over here. Look at the lights. Look at the front says Bronco on it. You can see how there's the Bronco writing on the front, and you have the circular lights. Kind of contrast Hyundai. Hyundai had the square lights, but this is a nice looking car, and I love the blue. So I just kind of wanted to point this out. So let's keep moving. Yep. So here's the a gray version of the Bronco. Very nice. I'm gonna jump in. There was so many people here just a second ago. So, oh wow, I can see why so many people are trying to sit in this car. Look at, you got the freaking what do you call it, open top there, which I didn't even know it had. Yeah, this is nice, because I don't see too many SUVs or like, you know, SUV type vehicles that have the you know, open top. I mean, and I just love the interior of this car. Now I like this. I like how you have the screen. It's kind of embedded in the dash here. So I actually like this better than the Explorer. I actually got to say, I like this setup a lot better than the Explorer. It's kind of minimalist down here, very simplistic designs here. Nothing too crazy, nothing too like overblown. And you have something very driver focused here as well.
Having like a shape.
So I'm going to turn the volume down. But what I was saying was, you know, again, a lot of the cars I've seen are a lot more driver focused. You have a lot of the controls on the steering wheel, and again, what I like about this is you have the touchscreen kind of embedded, kind of in the whole dash. I think that's a little bit more practical. Anyway, I think someone's trying to sit in the car, so let me keep moving. Yeah, this is a very popular car, as you can see, and I didn't even know that it was open top. I wonder if I can get closer and just kind of pan in from the top here. But yeah, a lot of people want to sit in this car, and rightfully so. I'm really impressed with the Bronco. So I think, to me, at least from the Ford standpoint, the Bronco has stood out to me the most. I actually like it better than the Explorer, which is the car that I have. And the front lights and everything that I talked about earlier with the. So here's the Bronco in green. Beautiful looking car. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to contradict myself when I say this. Reliability is the most important thing in a car, in my opinion. At the end of the day, you want a car. I mean, depending on what you're using the car for, if you're just using it as a daily, your car has to be reliable. It has to be reliable, and it has to be safe. Those are the two most important features. But I can't help saying, I want a nice looking car. I just want a car that looks nice. And if I had to get a car, you know, I could see myself getting a Ford Bronco. Even this green one here. This green one here looks beautiful. So let's pan out here. But yeah, all right, a lot more cars to see. Let's keep moving. So I do notice some slight differences between the Broncos. So I guess these are all like different trims or what have you. But you know, let's kind of pan around here. So the only thing I noticed here, it might not be as roomy as the Explorer. It looks slightly smaller. That's really not that big a deal though. But anyway, let's keep going. We'll capture some of the pickups here. Look at that. This is nice. I like this one here.
Oh yeah.
What's this one here? This is the Super Duty. I don't really know too much about the pickups. I don't really focus on pickups that much. I do like classic pickups a lot though. So this is the Super Duty, but I do like this one. I love how beefy and how imposing it is. I mean, you drive this, you pretty much have a presence on the road. You know, I did want to sit inside that Super Duty, but just a little short for time. So just kind of get an overview here of these.
Next to the 2025 Ford Maverick. It is the smallest truck that we have. So when have you found that combination in a truck?
So this is the F-150 Tremor that we're getting in. And look at this. Look at the how the gritty step bar there. Wow. So this, it's just interesting how different the cabins are from car to car. So this, again, very, very different. This one's kind of, again, you have the touchscreen kind of embedded in the dash. That's something I prefer a little more. I'm saying this not really knowing if it's a touchscreen or not, but anyway, this is the interior of the F-150 Tremor, and again, very driver focused. You have the controls on the wheels. So yeah, very nice. Let's keep moving. Yeah, a little hard to get out. So when I was getting out of the car, I didn't even step on the that greedy bar there. I completely missed it. So I, nearly tore an ACL there when I was getting out. But that's okay. No, I have pretty strong knees. I play basketball. So anyway, let's keep going.
Additionally, we've made some really nice updates to the interior for the 2025 model year. You'll notice we've redesigned the dash. We have new colors for you and new screens. The screen in the center stack is a 13.2-inch touchscreen display. It's quite a large screen. It's going to be standard across the board, even on the base XL model. That's going to house our Sync 4 system with wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android, and we have a full digital screen for you. It's a 12.3-inch screen with really nice graphics. And so that's going to be your information cluster. Additionally, we have a 360-degree camera option this year as well. And ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce you to the trim level of the Mustang. We call them logo. So you can take your Maverick logo and
Alright everyone, so we're done the Ford section, so Toyota's going to be next. I'm going to kind of pan it out here. So we have, that's Toyota in the background, and then kind of further out is, I believe, Kia, but you can see Volkswagen, but there is a lot to see. And it's kind of funny. I remember hearing, oh, the Philly car show's gotten smaller, but like, there's still a lot to see here. We still have to go to back in the day way, and we have to go to custom alloys, so there is a lot to see. But anyway, let's keep moving. So, may not be able to get into into intimate detail with these cars just because of the time. We're just going to try to just kind of get a rough overview here. I like the color of this one here. Very nice. That's the Toyota Camry. So this is the Toyota Camry. So again, another kind of long time staple, of the auto industry, and for Toyota as well. Camry's been around for a long time. So yep. You're good, man. Ooh, that's nice, like an Eagle truck there. I believe that right there, inside that crowd of people, is the Toyota Supra. And what a beautiful car that is. Look at that. Very aggressive, very sporty, very Toyota. Nicely done. size of those exhaust tips. Look at that. Very beautiful. I'll see if I can kind of pan in just on the... I just kind of want to get the interior here. So I'm just going to pan in a little bit. There. Alright, that's the interior, and it looks like you got a manual there. Well, very, very nice.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, friends, if you're about to see pretty guys who are walking into Toyota, have your camera ready to go. We're going to try to get as many people who can see this.
So this is the part where it's going to be a little bit less narration in spite of my talking now. I mean, there's just a lot of people, and you know, my goal is just to kind of cover the whole auto show. So just now, this is the point where I'm probably going to have to go like, you know, more overview. And there's a lot of other things going on here that I'm going to pan in on. Just want to get this one. This Toyota is actually pretty nice. If you're a outdoorsy kind of person, you can put your bike on top of there, on top of the roof panel. Anyway, let's go Flyers. Look at that. So you can see, again, this is more, you know, this is nice, you know, a family event, people come out. So it's not just about the car show, but just about also supporting, you know, local sports teams and local, just local interests basically. So this is a really nice event.
Sorry.
Some guy stood in there.
That is a Land Cruiser. So this here is a Toyota Land Cruiser. This is a really nice looking SUV here. And this may be something I can see myself rocking if I don't go with a Explorer, if I don't go with a Bronco. It's one of the people that were sitting in here may have done my job for me. They had said that the Bronco has more room, and I think they're right. This actually does seem smaller than a Bronco. Again, you know, this is definitely a different kind of layout, though. It looks a little bit more complex and sophisticated than the Bronco, which was more minimalist. So, again, you just kind of have just the layout's a little different here. It's a pretty cool looking layout. The console looks kind of nice, and you have the, again, screen kind of embedded into the dash there. Again, it might take a little getting used to because it's not as minimalist, so it may not be as straightforward. You have, again, driver, you know, I think it's kind of the standard thing now where you pretty much have your controls on your steering wheel, which is safer as well because it makes you just kind of focus on the driving as well while you're also, you know, operating other aspects of the car. But anyway, let's keep moving. Now this is a beautiful color for this truck here. Almost like a light grayish bronze metallic. I really love this color. Beautiful color. Just kind of gonna get a quick overview of the cars over here before we kind of move on. All right. If you want to go kayaking, you got a spot to put your kayak on top of this one here. The little Cybertruck, you see this thing take off. Woo! It's pretty quick, look at that. Alright. So check it out. This is my lunch. I got these 2 empanadas. A world of flavor in the palm of your hands. What's the name of this company? Let me turn it around here. This is The Exchange. This is called The Exchange. Let me back up here. Yep, there we go. The Exchange. Oh, Nucha's Empanadas. I was trying to find the name of them. Anyway, yeah, so these are the empanadas I'm going to have. I get to kind of watch the cars go by here, so I'm going to take a quick little break. You know, grab a little bit of lunch here. Not the best thing for a pre-diabetic like myself. One of the empanadas has the potatoes in them, and you gotta watch your blood sugar, and you gotta watch your carbs. But that's okay. I'm at the car show, so it's alright. So maybe I'll be able to catch a better view of that Cybertruck accelerating. So hopefully we'll try and get that soon. So alright, time to eat. Alright everybody, so just had my lunch. I had 2 really delicious empanadas. One was an Argentine and the other was a I can't remember what it was. It was a vegan, sort of a vegan lime tamarind flavored. It was really good. Anyway, so this place is called Nucha's Empanadas. They're really good. You gotta check them out. So just real quick, so the empanadas that I had was the you can get 2 for $15, ground beef Argentine style. And the other was the pinto bean. Both really, really good. They go really good with the chips too. I got the Doritos Cool Ranch. Had some water with that, so I'm ready to go. Get some more filming in. Let's go. Alright, I don't think I got this one. This is the Crown Sigma, so I'm gonna just get some footage of this real quick before I move on to Kia. Alright everyone, so I hope everyone's having a good time so far. I just had some lunch, had some empanadas and some Doritos Cool Ranch, so I'm going to spike that blood sugar level up a little bit. That's okay, it's you know, Saturday and we're at the car show. So anyway, this next section here is Kia, so we're going to move to this, get some footage, and alright, let's get to it. Yeah, so since we're kind of short on time here, I'm just going to try to get, you know, a review. I want to try to get, there's an opportunity to kind of get the inside of this without, you know, getting a little guy in there. So if you look at, again, I'm kind of seeing a similar design trend with a lot of these cars. You have a very elongated touchscreen, or I don't think that's a I hate to say I don't know if that's touchscreen or not, but in any case, you have a very elongated screen that kind of runs across at least half the cabin, basically, at least for this Kia. So interesting design. Yeah, this one looks also pretty minimalist as well. You have just kind of limited buttons on the dash, and again, very similar to the other cars. You have your controls on your steering wheel as well. So, all right, keep moving. So this is the 2025 K4 GT line here that we're seeing. Really nice color, and I also really like the headlights as well. So I guess it's one of their showcase cars here. Yeah, it's really interesting to see how the design of the headlights have changed, you know, over time. I'm seeing a lot of these just kind of this linear headlights, basically. These really thin linear headlights seem to be kind of the trend now. And also you see them on the you know, on the side mirrors as well. But man, nice looking car. Alright, so I'll try to sit inside one of these Kias here. But you noticed, yeah, I like the color of these seats. And yeah, again, like I was saying earlier, kind of a minimalist design. Yeah, the console is very nice. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Toyota console. It's just kind of, you know, you have some square, you have the square, this is interesting, you kind of have the square cup holders there. So I'm guessing it's meant to fit like the standard round bottles of water or what have you. You kind of have this round dial for your you know, for your transmission. This is nice. I like how you have the USB ports kind of recessed, but they're real easily accessible. You know, my mom's Acura, it's a bit of a pain to reach them. But yeah, really nice design here. And you know, you have the you know, elongated screen as well. But yeah, nice interior. So I really do like this Kia Sportage here. I love this kind of matte gray color. And check out the paneling here. I just love the color here, and I'm just gonna kind of pan with someone in the car, so I'm just not gonna get too close. But you know, this particularly with this interior, it's kind of similar to the one I saw before, but just kind of want to point out the two-tone in here. Actually, I can sit inside it now, actually. So, you know, I was in a car just like this just maybe minutes ago, but I just want to point out, you know, you have the kind of the two-tone in here, which kind of makes the interior look really nice. And, you know, it seems fairly roomy. You know, you have that, you know, console kind of similar to that Toyota Land Cruiser. And anyway, yeah, we got this already, so let's keep going. So you got the minivan over here, or kind of like a minivan here. So if you have a family or something like that, this is good. Ooh, look at, you got the reclining seats in there. That's kind of cool. Look at that. Interesting. So, you know, most of the interiors are pretty much similar with the Kias I'm noticing, but you know, I think I have a pretty positive impression of Kia. I do like the layout of the interior. Just going back to what I saw earlier, and it looks like there were reclining seats in the back of this car. Yep, that is like a reclining seat. Look at that. So that's kind of cool. So I don't think I've even seen this in any car. I don't think I've ever seen reclining seats in a car. I don't know how far these recline back. I mean, okay, though, I should go back on that. Yeah, obviously, you know, the front seat reclines back. I've done that a million times. If I got to go play basketball or if I got to go somewhere, I take a nap in the car real quick or something. But I just haven't seen something like this in the back seat, where it's kind of like, you know, just you have sort of the almost like a first class seating in an airplane or something, where you kind of actually almost lay down in the car. So I was just talking about this Kia kind of like minivan here. Hold on. So behind me is a 2025 Carnival hybrid Prestige, I believe that's what it's called. And I guess it's Kia's version of a minivan. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with it. I've never been a minivan person, but I like how they have the reclining seats in the back. I don't know how far back they go. I mean, if they recline all the way, no, you're good, man. If they recline all the way back, you can kind of see them in the background a little bit. If they recline all the way back and you can lay it down, that's a pretty nice feature to have. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily need a need something like that, but if you have a family or something like that, a small family, or even a big family, I think this would be a great option for you. All right, so we're done the Kia section. I kind of had to overview it. I did get, I got a couple interiors, but I'm going to pan up around here. So next we have Volkswagen. Very excited about that because I had some Volkswagens before. I really loved them. So all right, let's see some Volkswagens.
What is that?
So these actually look really different. The front of this car reminds me of a Ford, actually. Like the grille, it actually gives me some serious Ford vibes. Except when you see the lights here. Now these lights actually kind of look more like Volkswagen. Actually, you see that hexagon there? Kind of gives you a Lambo vibe because the Lambos are known for their hexagons. And also bear in mind that Volkswagen actually owns Audi, which owns Lamborghini. So I kind of wonder if that some of those design elements, if there was some intent with those design elements there. So this one's the Atlas Cross Sport, and I really have not seen this car at all. I'm familiar with the Touareg, which I don't know if they have now or not, but this is the Atlas Cross Sport. So even that last blue one, the blue one that I first saw was an Atlas. So that might be kind of a more recent model because I've never seen that one before. Actually, this one's kind of different. I don't think this is an Atlas. So this one definitely has the front of this car is very different from the front of the oh, go ahead, you're good. The front of this car is very different from the front of the Atlas. Sorry. So this is actually a Taos. This is a Volkswagen Taos. So they have a lot of new models out. Because I'm not really familiar with any of these. So who wants to go and sit inside one of the Volkswagens? Might have been a smaller person in here before me, but anyway. Yep, this kind of does seem familiar to me, you know, from the Volkswagens I had in the past. Just from the design, some of the metallic elements here. Yeah, this is kind of more very, yeah, again, I'm seeing very simplistic, minimalistic designs in here, design elements. But yeah, so this is the inside of the Volkswagen Taos. So now we have a bit of a wrap design here. Wrap Make Custom Graphics program. So, okay, you're good, man. You're good. So, this is kind of cool. So, just an example of some of the wrapping that can be done on your car if you want to get it wrapped. So, this is the Volkswagen Buzz, and I kind of wonder if this is sort of the kind of a derivative of the hippie bug from way back in the late 60s, early 70s, somewhere around there. Look at these lights. I love the design of these lights. So kudos to Volkswagen, because I was pretty impressed with Hyundai's design, but I love these lights. It almost looks like an eye looking right at you. It almost has life to it. But I just love these design elements of the lights here on this ID Buzz here. Very nice. So let's check out this wrap here a little bit. So it looks like you got some other languages here on this. So that one right there, I think that says Ljubite Zemlyo, which I guess means love earth or something. Aime la terre and Am la tierra, so basically says love the earth in a bunch of different languages. So I guess that was Russian, French, and Spanish. But very cool looking wrap and a very cool looking car. So just kind of want to just talk a little bit more about the design elements, the lights here. Again, you see the lights becoming more and more sophisticated. And then I'm not sure what, I guess these might be some other lights here. I can't really tell, but just interesting design elements in general. So that's a Tiguan there. Love those wheels. Those wheels look really, really, really nice. So let's keep going here. This is another Atlas. So check it out. This is the 25 Volkswagen GTI. Isn't she a stunner? Look at that. So this GTI has your standard grille on it. I'm going to focus on the lights because I love lights. So yeah, it looks like there's some design changes to the lights. So again, you're seeing kind of These look like kind of rectangular lights, not quite hexagon like the Lamborghini, but you kind of have your rectangular lights kind of encased inside this kind of outline light here, and you kind of have a little bit of how that light kind of angles upward. Kind of reminds me, I don't know why, maybe everything reminds me of a Lamborghini, I don't know, but in any case, I do like the design of these lights. Really really cool and very sporty for the GTI. And you know what, I think I'm going to want to sit in this car, just because this is the car that I used to have back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. I owned a bunch of these cars. When I say a bunch, I just one after the other, I just kept buying GTI after GTI. Look at these wheels, let's take a look at the wheels. So I love the wheel design. Every single year the GTI seems to get like a nice wheel design. So that's something that we've been on top of. I gotta sit in this thing. Yeah, check out that three-tone on the seats. Anyway, let's go inside. Ooh, look at this. Wow. Ooh, I'm excited about this, man. Look at this. Oh wow, I love it. Look at this. Sitting in my old car again. Wow, and they definitely. I gotta unplug this. Wow, look at the dash there. I definitely don't remember that. Just that digitalized RPM gauge there. That is sharp looking. Yeah, this is a very sharp looking car. So definitely different from when I had it. So you kind of have the extended screen out here, and again, very minimalist, very simplistic design, but still very, very elegant. It's kind of a nice combination of sport and luxury. That's what I really love about the GTI. And even if it's not the fastest car, it might be now, but even let's just say, even if it's not the fastest car compared to say some of the its Japanese rivals, I think it's still the most just the most stunning to look at, just the best design. And yeah, I just love the way this car is designed. Beautiful interior. All right, this is the last Volkswagen I'm getting. This is the Jetta, Volkswagen Jetta. I've never been too excited about these cars, just because it's just a boring sedan, at least for me. But this is still a nice car. It's been around for a long time, the Jetta. So, I think Volkswagen in general make really good cars. So, I still would say this is going to be a great car to get if you're a sedan person. So yeah. Okay, we're finished with the Volkswagen section, and we're about to enter the Nissan section. Just a couple of things about the Volkswagen. I did notice the Volkswagen R, and usually they have an R every single year, so I'm a little surprised I didn't see one. It's possible that maybe they don't have an R. I'd be surprised if they don't. They did have a GTI, and I was really thrilled to see the GTI, and I really love the interior of the GTI as well. But anyway, let's go move on to Nissan now.
What did you guys say? Rock Creek? What about you? And we just added that to the Rogue lineup. Here's the next one.
So this is the Nissan Z. So this is probably definitely the highlight part of Nissan, because I guess everyone loves sports cars like myself. And I wonder how much horsepower this has. I think the one I saw last year, I think at the DC one had 400 horsepower, I believe. So I'm guessing this is going to be 400 or more. So that's another angle of it. I do want to sit in it, but again, my goal is just to kind of get as much footage as I can of the event in general. So let's move on. This here is the all-new 25 Nissan Armada, and this definitely looks like a possibility as far as like maybe either my next SUV or my mom's next SUV. Because again, my mom wants something big, she wants something safe, and this Nissan looks like it might fit the bill. And I like the way this car looks too. I actually get Lincoln Navigator vibes from this a little bit. It's weird. I just get vibes from other cars, every car I look at. But in any case, this looks kind of luxurious. I like the wheels on it. I even like the shape. It's kind of square, but it just looks like a big, beefy, nice looking luxurious SUV. And also kind of unlike Hyundai and maybe unlike some of the other cars as well. It's kind of a simplistic design. The lights aren't, you kind of have sort of a sophisticated, kind of modernized lighting in the back. But I like the way this car looks. It just, it's nothing too crazy. It's just like, I look how they have like, Armada written here, like really big. It just kind of has kind of an imposing presence to it, I think. I have some good vibes about this Nissan here. It's going to be hard to get the interior because there's so many people. I'm going to try though. I'm going to try a sneak peek at the interior. and I just, you know, it has a nice layout. You kind of see the curvature of the console, and then I guess your interface there. And like, it looks like there's a backup. Is that a backup camera there? But I had some really positive vibes about this Nissan. I really like this. Just from what I'm seeing, I like this a lot. I'm curious to see how it would perform reliability-wise, but I'm gonna have to add this to the list. So this is the Nissan Ariya, and very sharp-looking color. Sharp-looking color, sharp-looking wheels. This is kind of smaller. This kind of reminds me of my mom's Acura a little bit, just the shape of it. And I'll be honest, I'm not too big on my mom's Acura, even though it did last a long time. I just don't like the design of it as much. My Explorer is pretty good. I think my Explorer's done really well. It's lasted a long time. I love the color of this car. I'm just gonna try to pan and see if I can get the interior, I guess without getting the person sitting in it, so you can see like the interior of it. You see the elongated screen kind of behind the steering wheel. And I got here again, but yeah, I think this is a nice looking car. It's probably not one I would get only because I probably want to get something bigger and something, you know, just a little safer. Not to say this car wouldn't be safe, but I guess what I'm trying to say is maybe like a bigger SUV, you know, maybe it's going to have a little more cushion, might be safer if you get into a crash, God forbid. So that's kind of what I meant. So I think it's the Nissan, which one is this? 4K, I'm not even sure. But anyway, nice looking truck here. Yeah, it's open. I might as well get inside it, so yeah. Turn on the radio a little bit. But oh, this is a Frontier. So nice looking cabin here. Well, I like how they have Frontier written on here. So, you know, pretty interesting design elements here. You know, console has some space back over here. You can put like your wallet or put some stuff here, your phone or what have you. And again, you have your USB ports. You have your ports over here that are accessible. So that's also really nice. So yeah, this is kind of cool how you see how these cars become, you know, they're very, very functional, especially like with the new tech and everything. Again, I really do like this. So it looks like there's actually more I guess more buttons or more controls on the wheels here. I'm probably gonna get a copyright just for that music in the background, but
It's a pretty small truck though.
all right, so in case I get a copyright block just because I had music on, I'm just going to talk about this interior a little bit. You know, I kind of do like how you have the you know, Frontier on here, the Frontier written on there, and you know, you have the backup camera like most of the cars have, and you know, you have kind of larger buttonry over here. Your controls, again, very, very basic, very minimalist. Kind of reminds me of cars like the 80s and 90s, how you had just these dials over here. And then you have your control, another your panel down here for your I guess for your climatization and everything. I like how they have this separated, so it makes it a little bit more easier, a little easier to use. And I was talking earlier about how you have yeah, some space back here for maybe your phone or your wallet or what have you, and then you have your connections over there, your USB and your other connection. So no, I like this. This is a really nice interior, and I really do like how this car definitely seems to have really good functionality, very functional and very practical. All right, then one other thing I want to point out, the steering wheel, you have the controls on the steering wheel. So again, driver focused, and you have, you know, nice lighting up on the dash. So again, this is I really do like the layout of this truck. Very, very nice. All right, so that's the Nissan Pathfinder, and we are going to be done with Nissan now. Just going to just kind of pan out a little bit. That's Nissan, and we have Tesla next, and look how crazy Tesla is. Everyone's over by that Cybertruck. But yeah, this is the Tesla section, so let's get to it. All right, since there's so many people here, I'm gonna have to do this really fast. So this is the Tesla Model 3. That's the Tesla Model Y. So this is the Model 3 over here, and there's just too many people. So here's your Tesla Model Y. So yeah, what I was saying earlier, Tesla is so popular right now. It's just gonna be really hard to, you know, get footage, and you know, I hate to block the way of people and everything. Anyway, all right, let's keep moving. Check it out. Here's the Cybertruck. This thing is so popular. I love all the memes that you see on like Facebook, and there's one car group, and you have some people that post pictures of what they're claiming is their Tesla truck, and then you see all the memes that have this thing and compare it to refrigerator or compare it to a big refrigerator and talk about how ugly it is. I mean, I'm not too crazy about this truck at all, and I don't think I need to, it doesn't really matter what I say, because this truck is so popular. I don't think I'm really going to affect sales of it. I'm not a big fan of this, and I guess maybe I've been kind of swayed over by the you know, by some of the groups and some of the memes, negative memes I've seen about this truck. But I heard it accelerates very, very fast, and I think it's self-driving too as well. But look at these lights. The lights are kind of cool though. I gotta say the lights are cool, and I don't want to say too loud yet. I'm personally not too big on the design of this. I'm not a big Tesla Cybertruck person, but those lights are cool looking. And I'm sure this truck is great. I'm sure there's a reason why people are, look at this, people are just flocking over to this thing like it's like the greatest thing. It's like a freaking, you know, Lambo or something. But I won't be one of those people. But anyway, no, it's good to see this here. And you know, I don't know too much about this truck except that I heard it, you know, like I said, self-driving. So I think it definitely does have great features. And there probably are a lot of good features about this truck. All right, so now we're in the Cadillac section. And like the Tesla section, there are not too many Cadillacs, which I guess is good, so I can just, you know, get whatever footage I want. It's kind of funny. Look, check this out. Look at how empty Cadillac is. Look at how empty the Cadillac section is, and look at Tesla. Like, everyone's huddling around like over that Cybertruck like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's crazy. Here is the Cadillac Escalade. Look at this thing. It says Escalade IQ. So this is a really, really big SUV. I would want to park this thing, but you know, I like Cadillacs. Let's see if I can sit inside. I'm betting this thing is probably not open. Nope, definitely not. But look at the inside of it. Look how big and roomy this is. Yeah, I'm gonna guess this is not a very cheap truck. I'm gonna guess this costs quite a bit of money. Well, that's weird. So I guess you can open up the back, and that's not the front. Let's see if I can go inside the back of this thing. Oh, I could have sworn I saw that back door open. Maybe not. Maybe I just don't know how to open it. So, but you know, look at the lights. I just want to talk about the lights in the back here. They got some pretty big, massive lights here in the back. So again, you know, here's a Cadillac Escalade 600. So again, this thing is huge. This is a freaking massive SUV. Now, I think Cadillacs are great, but this is just a very, very imposing SUV here. Very imposing truck here. I mean, just look at the design. Look how big that grille is. Look how elongated those lights are too. And then you have the you know, just sort of the upper lights right over there, and then you have the lower lights there. But I mean, this truck is just so big and it's so imposing, and it's almost like the intended design too. All right, everyone. So we just got done Cadillac, and before that was Tesla. And one thing I was pointing out was just how many more people there were, you know, at the Tesla area than Cadillac. And Cadillac has some nice trucks though. I mean, their trucks are no joke. I mean, the Escalades. I keep mispronouncing the stupid name, but in any case, I mean, no, I would imagine those are really, really pricey trucks. Those are really good trucks. I'd probably rather have that than the Cybertruck. I guess I'm saying this not knowing as much about what's so great about the Cybertruck. But anyway, we're going to end this early now, so let's get to it. So anyway, I thought I overheard that Escalade is $150,000. I believe that's what she was talking about. I can look it up and find out. So what I'm panning in now is the Corvette. Don't know what kind it is. This is a Stingray. I know they're coming out with one that's the ZR1. I believe it's supposed to be like a twin turbo, 1,064 horsepower Corvette. It's supposed to like eat up hypercars. But anyway, because it's the silver Corvette, a lot of people around it. Not surprising. It's, you know, American icon. So I'm gonna try to get whatever footage of it as I can. Here we go. Yeah, this is a nice looking car, and I love that color. Look at that beautiful looking gray. I'm gonna try to pan it a little bit if I can. So see if I can get some footage, at least of the interior. So I'm gonna pan it a little bit. 1, 3, oh, it's 10. 3, there we go. So yeah, that's the interior of it. You kind of, I have this in the previous video, I think in the Neo Auto show, where you kind of have that almost like an elongated console over there. Let me pan back out. Pan it out here. But anyway, yeah, this is the 25 Corvette, and it's a beauty. I love the color of this car. I love the way it looks. To be honest, I'm more of a fan of the front engine Corvettes. To me, that's just what a Corvette was. But this is still a beautiful car. I look at the lights too. So, you know, and you have the, look at the quad exhaust. The McLaren 765 has a similar like exhaust. But I think Corvette has done very well. Let me, I'm going to get a different angle. But I was going to say, what Corvette has done very well. So Corvette has done very well, I think, just competing with some of the other higher end cars like McLaren, Ferrari, and even Lamborghini, even the Huracan. I think Corvette has done very, very well. And this is coming from someone who's pretty much, I hate to admit it, an exotic car snob. I would definitely prefer a McLaren over a Corvette, but I have to say the Corvette has done very, very well. Look at these beautiful lights. I mean, those are some gorgeous, gorgeous, very imposing lights on this Corvette. I think this is even a different design than the previous years, so it shows that they've been very, you know, they've been able to alter the design a little bit. Let's kind of pan back out a little bit. But yeah, this is, and look at these numbers. So 2.9 second 0 to 60 time is impressive. It's very impressive. And 194 or track speed, but still, these are impressive numbers for only a $68,000 MSRP. That's really good. And it kind of begs the question, you know, you're going to spend so much money on a higher end car when you can get something like this that still is an eye catcher. It's, you know, gorgeous lights, gorgeous front, just gorgeous car in general, you know, for a bargain compared to, you know, some of your higher end cars. All right, so we're just going to kind of overview this section because it's already 2 o'clock now, and the event closes ends at 5 o'clock. You know, it's kind of what do you call I guess it's because of the inclement weather or something. So just kind of gonna walk through here. Just get some quick footage. Ooh, I like this blue here. This must be the Equinox. Nice color, nice wheels. That's the Chevy Tahoe. Traverse. Coronado, and the Suburban. All right, we got 2 more to get here. That's the Silverado, another one that's been around for a long time. This might be another Silverado in a blue. Very nice. We kind of go around here. Yeah, very nice color. All right, we just got done Chevrolet, and now we're entering Jeep. Dodge also, so that right back there was a Dodge Ram. Let's keep going. I guess this is a Dodge Rebel, I believe. A very beefy, sporty looking truck there. We'll kind of stay in this, in the Dodge area for now. Just kind of get the rest of these Dodges here. So looks like he has some Dodge Rams here.
Downforce. And if you guys take a peek on the inside, our charger and driver focus displays. You have a 12.3-inch center touchscreen that is actually angled towards the driver. And the power shot button and the different drive modes are all conveniently located right on the steering wheel for easy access, so the driver never has to take their eyes off the road. Now, if you want to chat about some cargo capacity, the Charger Daytona Scat Pack has best-in-class drag, drift, track, and donut modes, and of course, we have our fully silent stealth mode available as well. Without further ado, I know you guys want a Daytona Scat Pack. 126 decibels. Away $100,000 this year. That's right, 100 grand towards any Chrysler, Dodge, Fiat ads. Thank you guys again for swinging by the Dodges. Go and enjoy the rest of your afternoon here at the Philly Auto Show.
So I guess we're in the van section apparently. So we'll just go through this real quick. Look at this one. Like an elevated roof there or something. That's kind of cool looking. That's actually really nice. Look at that. Look at the leather seats here. This is actually pretty nice. Look at that. Could be like a party mobile in New York or something. Look at that. You got the television up there. This is very, very nice. So check that out. Do you know what that is, people? That is the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Think Marty McFly, played by Michael J. Fox, and Doc Brown, played by Christopher Lloyd. Let's zoom in on this. So that was the hot thing back in the 80s, 1984, I believe, or 85. I believe the movie was 1985, and that is the DeLorean that Doc Brown and Michael J. Fox, or rather, well, Marty McFly, that was the character's name, drove this car, and yeah, basically this car is a time machine, and when this car hits 88 miles an hour. That's when it goes to the time destination that you enter into the car. So what happened in Marty McFly's case, he actually went back to 1955. He was stuck in 1955, and he bumped into his parents when they were teenagers. It was a really good movie, actually. If you haven't seen it, it's called Back to the Future, and that's the DeLorean that was in the movie. So I guess it's the Avengers car. I hate to say I've never seen the Avengers. And then you have some other kind of Hollywood cars. So what it's called? So these are Hollywood rides. So this is something that they're having at the Philly Auto Show, Hollywood rides. And then, there was that DeLorean that I talked about earlier, had the Avengers car, and then I guess these were from Twister rather. All right, so that looks like a different Twisters. I don't know what. So basically, the Twisters that I'm familiar with is the one from I think the 90s, was it? It was with Bill Paxton. It was with Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt. And I think Philip Seymour Hoffman was in it as well. And that was a pretty good movie. Look at this. This is beautiful. And I guess I say that because it kind of reminds me of some of the antique car shows that I went to. Look at the wooden dashboard there. Let's kind of pan in on that a little bit. Just look at that wooden dashboard. It just kind of reminds me of some of the older cars. Some of the older cars in the classic car shows I went to. So let's go back outside. I think these are EV cars. Yep. This is an EV Sport, so I think these are Mid-Action High School Electric Car Club. So this is really cool. Oh, that is nice. Look at that. So I'm guessing they take some of these older cars. This looks like either an MG or an Alfa Romeo. I think it looks more like an MG. And I guess they turn it into an electric car, basically. That's what you have over there, maybe. So yeah, very nice. This is something from Temple University. So that's really cool. Look at that. Interesting. Hey, how's everyone doing? So hey, so I guess now we're done with the I guess kind of the main part of the auto show, which was just kind of your major manufacturers and your 2025 models, and now we're entering the off-road and the custom alley part of the car show. So this will be pretty interesting. So behind me, look at that beautiful matte green, kind of matte forest green truck you see in the background. Really stunning truck there. So it's pretty crowded back here. So I'm going to do the best I can to get whatever footage I can of some of the off-road vehicles and some of the custom vehicles. So all right, let's get to it. That thing is seriously mean looking. Look at freaking M16 on the back of that thing. That is serious. Just kind of gonna walk around, get a general. We have a 2017 Dodge Challenger. That is really sick. That is really sick. Take a close look at this one. That is beautiful. Look at that. 2017 Dodge Challenger. Boy, nice work on this one. Look at that. Woo, she's mean. So now we are in the custom toy section. This is part of Custom Alley. So we just seen the off-roaders, and now we get to see the really creative design work, you know, of some of these cars here. Really cool. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Look at that Fiat. That's sweet. Look at that. Interior. Alright, so before I jump in the Custom Alley, there's still some more you know, off-roading vehicles I'm going to try and get here, so let's keep going. Oh, look at that. This is one ridiculous rat rod. Look at this thing. This oh my god. Wow. mean looking. We'll go to that section a little later on. Just gonna try to get some cars here first. Corvette Z6. Actually, I remember this car from the previous event. Let's see this one here again, this GTR. It's a really sick wrap on that. So, yep, Fast Kids Club. Yep, I remember this one too. Saw this one before also. Yeah, tight looking Viper there. Love that color too. You know, she's bad. She's definitely bad. Yo, now this is something else. Yeah, this is kind of more my category. This is beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. My goodness, I just love that color. I love those wheels. That is sick. And it's kind of hard to see the inside of it, but I think it's worth kind of zooming in. Look at the steering wheel there. Isn't that cool with the gold on there? See if I can get a little closer to that. That's beautiful. What a stunning looking Sierra. And this car kind of was more kind of in my time too, my time period. Okay, I just want to talk a little bit about this beautiful Cutlass Supreme here. Look at this car. Absolutely stunning. I love that color. I just love that color on this car and those wheels, the gold wheels on it, and how you have the hydraulics on it. I think to me this is one of my favorite cars in the event. It's something about these cars that just kind of have attitude and just kind of give the car a whole new like personality. Let's kind of swing around to the front here, because I think I'm a little nostalgic too, because it's this car. I think it's from the 80s, and I'm a Gen Xer. I'm from the 80s too, so that's kind of why I'm a little bit partial to this car. And you know, I've been to a lot of classic car events, but I kind of want to go to more events where they have cars like these. So I gotta find out where those events are, because I'm kind of in love with this car here. But very nice work here. Still trying to get that Cutlass Supreme in the background there. But this is a nice car. This blue one here is very nice. Oh my God, look at this. Wow. Woo! Oh, that is beautiful. God, that's also up my alley too. Look at this thing. Oh. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the Robert Downey Jr. Giveaway. I mean, he had his cars modified to electric basically. And I guess they're all matte colored, but this one just kind of reminds me, I think it's like a Buick Riviera, just the color of it. But I mean, what a stunning car this is. Look at this. Wow. It's Continental. Beautiful. That is one sick i8. Look at that color. Is that like a suede or something? That suede gray? That is sweet though. Look at that. Let's keep going. You know, I think I remember this car from the Ocean City event. This looks very much like that car. The 1957 Chevy Handman Special. Maybe it's not. It looks very much like that car though. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Wow, stunner. Ooh, okay, a little Stan Soupy there. Look at that. Very nice. No, that is the definition of stanced. Look at that. It's got a 2005 Infiniti G35. Isn't this sweet? Look at that. Come back and get the stanced Miata. is a beautiful Firebird. Look at that. Nice big caddy here. Look at that. Beautiful. This right here is 1949 Chevrolet 3600. Beautiful. And we got jackknife doors here. Chevy Impala SS convertible. Gorgeous. Oh my lord. My god, that's beautiful. Look at that. Another 66 Chevy Impala Super Sport. What a stunner. McLaren there. So this is either a 720S or a 765 LT. It's got the F1 doors on it. Beautiful. Or it could be a 750S. Yeah, I think this is probably a 720 or a 765. I don't think it's a 750 because I don't think it has. I think this is the flip. Look over there. That's the for the gauge cluster. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't look like it flips up. Actually, I can't tell. I'm just gonna go find out. I'm sorry. So I think this is a 720S, either a 720S or a 750S because it has a dual exhaust. The 765 has a quad exhaust on there, so this is probably either a 720 or a 765. I'm gonna guess it's a 720S. Beautiful. Look what we got here. You got a Lamborghini Aventador. You know, I'm always gonna love this car, even though they now have the new Revuelto. The Aventador S is definitely going to be a memory for me. Stay in my memory basically. So let's kind of take a look at this one here, and it's so nice to see like a pimped out Aventador. Typically, you know, people stay OEM with these, but I just love what the owner did with this Aventador. Look at the trim on the wheels and on the you know, just kind of on the bodywork there. Let's kind of go inside here. You've got that typical Lamborghini, you know, the typical Aventador console. I talked about that when I rented this car. That console is just so like jet fighter-ish. Yeah, this is such a beautiful car. So you got Bentley here. Let's keep moving here. Ooh, I love that color on that Supra. That is beautiful. That beige color, that's gorgeous. Yeah, unfortunately, just kind of short for time. So you know, I kind of got to keep moving here. So I'm just gonna get what I can here. There's just so many amazing cars. I wish I could have spent more time with that Lambo, but you know, you just want to capture all the other cars too. So all right, we're done this section now. The 79 Chevy Monte Carlo. And, you know, there's always a place in my heart for lowriders. You know, just these cars just look so stunning to me. Like what they do with the wheels and the hydraulics. And then also even how they maintain the car. I mean, look at that interior. That interior is so beautiful. I mean, this car is just, even without the hydraulics, just this car itself is so stunning. I always get that mixed up if it's I won't call it this one, short-term memory. But in any case, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Let's pan in on the interior here a little bit. Wow. Oh, that is so clean. I love that beige leather. You even got the little model car back in there, the smaller one there. Let's see if I can zoom in on that too. That's a cute little thing there. Let's go back out here. Yeah, this is so beautiful. Wow. Just beautiful work. '87 Buick Gen X. That's what I am, Generation X, that's me. So clean, my God. I don't know if I got these or not. Nope, definitely didn't. I don't remember this one here. Look at this. Wow. Look at those wheels. Oh my God, this is stunning. And the steering wheel too. Oh, that's so fresh. Let's get closer on this one. Well, I remember this song back from the 90s too, which is probably going to get copyright. That's okay, I'll figure it out. Oh God, that is beautiful. That Impala, my God. So I kind of wonder if this is, I think this would be a donk because it's a Chevy Impala. So this, I believe this is a donk, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe this car is actually what's considered a donk, but this is beautiful. My God, I love those wheels. Gorgeous. Hey, remember this guy? This is the non-donk. I'm calling this a non-donk because this car is not a donk. How do I know that? Because, well, I saw this car last year. I saw this one last year, and I posted a short about this one saying it was a donk, and then I got some comments saying someone said, please stop, this is not a donk, and had to explain to me that there are certain cars that are considered donks. Just because the car has big wheels on it does not make it a donk. So this is a 2006 Ford Crown Victoria. And if my knowledge is correct, this does not qualify as an actual donk. So I'm going to call this a non-donk. But in any case, this is a beautiful car. I love the purple and the purple wheels. Gorgeous. Oh, I didn't even know this is lights too. Let me see if I can get the lights here. 2006 Crown Victoria. Look at those lights. Those custom lights there. Beautiful. Nice work. Oh my God. 1940 Chevrolet 5-window Special Deluxe Coupe. Look at this. Isn't she a stunner? Wow. Alright, we're going to try to move through this road real quick. Nice little Supra there. Look at that. That's sweet. Yeah, the only thing I just don't really like about this particular situation is I just don't really have time to talk to people. I really do want to go and talk to some of the owners and talk to some of the people that are involved in the cars and make connections. And I just, right now, I guess the way the event is and how many people there are here, basically, I'm just trying to get footage of the cars.
Be sure to head on over to the Hall B Cadillac display at 4 p.m.
2006 Chevrolet Corvette. That's very nice. Oh, nice work over here. Look at that. 2015 Chevy Sonic.
Cadillac display in Hall B. Eagles fans, go Birds!
So this here is a 1997 Honda Odyssey. Yeah, very nice. So just gonna move real quick here. It's 3:15 right now. and this event terminates at 5 o'clock. So I mean, I have some time. I kind of want to do it back in the day way, but I'm going to try to get as much of Custom Alley as I can. I'm just kind of moving through here. It's the Mustang here. All right. Ooh, look at that. Some other cars back there. All right. Ooh, I like the color on this one. Look at that yellow. That's beautiful. All right. I don't think I got this section yet, so I'm gonna pan out first. So we're gonna get this section now. I don't believe I got this section, so let's go. All right. Nice Honda over here. Ski on. All right. Well, I think this car here is a Nissan 240 SX, I believe. I love the pink. That's really nice. So let's keep going. All right. Is that a Datsun? This might be a Datsun. Oh, that is gorgeous. Look at that. And back out. Little mini coupe there. Lovely, lovely. That is a nice car. Look at that. Love that light pink. That Nissan Z. That is beautiful. Ooh, that color is so fresh. And we're done this section. Moving along here. AMG GT. I don't know if it's the GTR Pro. I'm gonna guess that this is the GT, but I have a serious car crush on this car. This thing sounds so nasty. I actually rented the GTR Pro version of this car in 2020. It was a green one that I rented, and my God, this car sounds so amazing. It has such a deep muscle car sound to it, a deep cross-plane V8 sound to it. Actually, I like the way this sounds a lot more than the new one, than the Black Series, because the Black Series has a flat plane, so it doesn't sound as aggressive. But this thing is absolutely gorgeous. So, anyways. Now look at the bodywork. Bodywork on this. I believe this is a Supra. Look at the bodywork on this. Got the fin on, got the spoiler on there. That is nice. Keep going. There's my dream car right there, the AMG, but it's hand up on it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just love that car. God, I love that color too. That is stunning. All right, let's keep moving.
All right, Corey, you want to move?
This is hot too. I like this too. See it? That's the thing. When you do these car shows, you know, when you get more involved in cars, you begin to appreciate all cars, not just, you know, not just the AMG or not just the Lamborghini, just all the cars you begin to appreciate. All right, let's keep moving. I'll tell you what, I really love this one. This one's beautiful. Wow. This looks very much like the McLaren I saw earlier, but I don't think it is. So this is either a McLaren 720S or a McLaren 750S. For some reason, I think it's a 750S, but who knows? Let's keep going. 911 here, Turbo S. And I think this is the wrapped Cybertruck that the one other gentleman was talking about. So let's keep going. All right. It's actually a pretty hot wrap on this car. Look at that. Or on that truck rather. Okay, let's keep moving. Got the Porsche here. And the Vet. So look at that two-tone paint job there. That's stunning. That does look really, really nice. And again, you know what? Nothing against this car at all. For me, I just like the front engine a little bit better. I would love to see like the last version of the front engine Corvette. Oh, you're good, man. The last version of the front engine car with the same kind of paint. But you know, the mid-engine design is definitely aggressive. So it's still a very, very nice design. So nothing taken away from it. So it's the front of that Porsche and then the front of the Cybertruck. All right. Let's keep moving here. That's hot. Eagles there. Woo! Ooh, I love that. Look at that. Lovely. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. don't know if I got these cars or not. I think I might have gotten these already. They're just, Custom Alley is so overwhelming. There's just so many cars here. It's just hard to keep track. So yeah, I don't know if I got this one or not. Nice car either way. Look at this one, wow. See is actually coming up. This is nice. Look at this. Woo, that is fresh. God, I gotta get close up of this. Look at that. Look at that wheel. God, that is so fresh. God. All right, let's keep moving. I really should spend more time with these cars. Just short on time here. But this is what I want to see. Look at this rat rod. God, dude, this thing is so freaking mean looking. That is so mean. I wonder if I saw, no, I don't think I did. I was gonna say maybe I saw this at the Buick Motor Show a while back, but I don't think so. This is so freaking nasty. God. 928 Ford Model A rat rod. 93 RX-7 and a 1996 Nissan Skyline. Nice pair there. So I think this is a 360 Modena. But anyway, you don't see too many Ferraris at these events. At least I didn't expect to see one here, but I'm glad I did. Just so many cars here. It's so overwhelming. So I'm going to do a quick pan out here. It's so overwhelming. I can't remember if I got these already or not. I might have gotten these already. I don't even know. So I get them again. Big deal. That is a nice wrap on that. Look at that. Gorgeous.
pizza. The stuff plus pieces. Pieces the lead. Get a large mid-price.
Our Superfan Saturday contest is about to get underway. Rocking your eagles here. Head on over to Hall B between Chevrolet and Hyundai. 2 contestants will win a $500 cash prize. Again, head on over to Hall B between Chevrolet and Hyundai for our Superfan Saturday contest. Your chance to win a cash prize for $500. Go Birds!
You're good, man. You're good, man. You're good. Aston Martin. Beautiful. Gorgeous Mustang that is. Wow. Got the right wheel drive on this car here. CRX right here. Ooh, she is tight. Look at that. This might be the last section of the custom alley here, and I gotta say this is totally overwhelming. There's so many cars here, so many people here. But anyway, what I was saying was there's just a lot of cars here, a lot of people here. But that's a good thing though. It's good that, you know, we have these events, so many people come out, and it's really popular. So many, you know, just good day just to go out and, you know, go to the convention center basically. Okay, so I got all these cars already. I got all those, I believe. I think I pretty much got everything here. So this right here is this is the last section, at least of the of custom alley. Ooh, look at that matte. Look at this matte wrap. That is beautiful. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, it's just. This really just kind of tickles your, you know, get your dopamine going. Thanks, man, appreciate it. It's just, I'm at a loss of words here. I don't know. Yeah, this is beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I just love that beautiful wrap. I love those wheels. But yeah, anyway, what I was saying was, it's great to come out, see all these cars, see so many people here coming out. You just kind of get out of the house for a little bit. You know, for me, work's kind of stressing me out and everything. So just good just to get out and everything. So, yeah, good to come to this. So, all right, I think we're pretty much done here, at least with Custom Alley. So I thought this would be a good spot to finish up, and I can move out of the way here. Just right in front of this really cool looking hot rod here. But anyway, so that's a wrap for custom alleys. So I'm gonna try to go to back in the day way. So there was another area of the car show, another section of the car show, which is called Back in the Day way. I'm gonna try and find that now. But we're done with custom alley. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I got all the cars, but there's just so many cars here. Custom alleys is overwhelming. So I think of all the events that I've been to, at least all the car show events, I think Philly easily has the best collection of customized cars. I think just easily, there's so many cars here at Custom Alley. So I'm gonna switch the camera around real quick. Hold on a second. Yeah, this doesn't really, just this kind of pan doesn't really give a full idea of just how massive Custom Alley is. So I'm gonna kind of go out over here. So you can kind of see there's this whole area just filled with cars. And I think I got all of them, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm gonna head on over to to Back in the Day way and see if I can find that and get some footage over there. Then we're gonna wrap it up. So all right, let's keep moving. So it turns out I didn't get all of the cars on Hollywood Rides. So let's do that now. So that Vans from Stranger Things, I don't know. I don't think I saw that movie. What's this? I think these are the Fast X cars. So you got, what is that? Foxbody Mustang there, and you got, ooh, what is that? Is that Fiero? Keep on moving here. Oh, that is a sick '84 Fiero with those doors. I'm gonna have to watch that movie then. So I've seen like the Fast and Furious 1, 2, and 3. I think I saw 4 too, a part of 4 with that character called Phoenix. But I don't see any other ones. Oh, look at that. That 66 Impala, that is so beautiful. Wow, then you got one more car over there. What is that? Oh, it's 72 Alfa Romeo. So looks like they got a nice collection of cars in the Fast X movie. So I'm gonna have to go and I'll have to watch that just to see those cars. So all right, keep moving. All right, so I'm about to head to Back in the Day where I'm gonna try to find it. Just pan in on this beautiful 750S here. God, this car is absolutely gorgeous, and maybe I'll get to own it one day. Who knows? But all right, gonna keep moving on. So you're not gonna believe it. I made it Back in the Day way. I was running around this place trying to find out where the heck this part of the event was, and I'm glad I found it because they didn't have it last year. So only got 45 minutes left, I think, till they're closing. So I'm gonna get some footage to these cars and get the heck out of here. All right, let's get to it. It's a 57. Anyway, I'm gonna come back to it. 1930 Ford Model 8 Deluxe Roadster. Wow, that is a stunner. Beautiful. So this one here, I think is a Tin Woody. I'm gonna find out soon enough. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. Let's see what this is. 51 Chevy Skyline Deluxe. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. 1926 Cunningham Model V6 Touring. That is so beautiful. Look at the colors on that car. Wow. '67 Chevy Camaro. SF396. You got 62 Ford Thunderbird M code. Oh, that is so beautiful. Wow. But you know what? Hold on. Let's get the interior of this. Let me zoom in a little bit. Ooh. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. That's what I love about these classic cars. Just how they have the color coding inside and outside. Absolutely gorgeous. Got a 1954 Cadillac Eldorado convertible. That is absolutely a stunner. And then you got a 1970 Pullman panel delivery. Look at this. Oh, let's get the interior of this. I'm I'm guessing this is the Ford Model T. That's my guess. God, that is so stunning. My goodness, look how old school that is. My God. So let's keep going. See how off I am on this one. Oh, Ford Model A. So 2627 Ford Model A Roadster. I wasn't too far off, but depending on how different you consider a Model A over a Model T. But my God. 1886 Benz Patent Motor Wagon. Oh my goodness, wow. Beautiful. 1885 Overman Victor Velocipede. Okay then. Oh wow. 1932 DeSoto Custom SC Roadster Deluxe. That, oh my goodness, that is so stunning. Oh my, what in the heck is this? That is so beautiful. But you know what? I gotta get the inside of this. Wow. And a little bit. Wow. Look at that dash. You know, look at that. Anyway, I can't get too much into detail. I gotta keep moving. That's what it is. A Duesenberg, 1932 Duesenberg dual cowl Phaeton restored. That, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's stunning. Just gotta keep moving here. My goodness, these cars are absolutely beautiful. So this is a 1929 Pierce Arrow Model 133. Wow, wowzers. And this is the 1935 Nash Ambassador 8. Boy. And that was a 57 Chevy Corvette, so I was right about that. 65 Buick Riviera. Yeah, so I think this was the same car, not this exact car, but it was the same model car that Robert Downing Jr. had modified in the Robert Downing Jr. giveaway.
These are the only rigs.
So what he did was he took this Buick Riviera, I guess he had the whole thing matted out, and you know, he had it electrified, so it's pretty much an EV car, and he did it to a bunch of cars, and he had a giveaway for all those cars. Anyway, I'm going to keep going here. So 1970 Oldsmobile 442 convertible. Whew. That is gorgeous. Look at that. And this here is a 67 Chevy Camaro. Here is a 1965 Pontiac GTO convertible. Man, that's so stunning. And then 1969 AMC AMX. Wow. Very lovely. So look at this baby. Wow. And that is an absolute stunner. 1930 Packard 740 Super 8 Roadster. That's what this one is here. And she is beautiful. So let's keep going. 1933 Ford V8 Cabrio. Ooh, it's totally restored too. It's not even, I forgot what that's called when you don't even paint it or anything like that. It kind of has that roughed up look. I forgot what that's called. Anyway, here's the 70 International Scout 800A. All right. Kind of reminds me of a Ford Bronco actually. Anyway, 1966 Lincoln Continental convertible. Whew. Oh my goodness gracious, look at those wheels. My God, it's beautiful. I'm gonna have to get the inside of this too. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, you know what? There's something about classic cars that, you know, they pretty much have my heart. You know, don't get me wrong, I love custom alley, but there's something about the classic, maybe because I'm just an old fart now. This is the 1955 Pontiac Star Chief convertible. There's just something about these cars that just capture my heart. I don't know what to say. Oh my goodness gracious. It is funny. Like every single time I go to any car event where there are classic cars, I just see some classic cars that I have never even, like a 1994 Auburn 851 Speedster replica. I have not even heard of this. What the hell is an Auburn? I guess I have to get my car knowledge up or something, but look at this thing. Wow, that is absolutely stunning. Let's keep moving. '86 Rolls-Royce Cornish convertibles. Yes, I've seen this before, and I do remember this from the '80s when I was in the cars and I was drooling over the Lamborghini Countach and the Ferrari Testarossa, and I do remember seeing like a Rolls-Royce Cornish before. And this here is a 1956 Lincoln Mark II. Wow, she is beautiful. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness, look at this. I gotta get inside of this car. Wow, look at that. So beautiful. Pan back out here. Is this a Packard? Studebaker. I was thinking Studebaker. I said Packard, but I actually was thinking Studebaker. I can just tell from the front of the car that it's a Studebaker. This is the 57 Studebaker Golden Hawk. And then let's see what this one is. This one looks like something from the late 60s. 1969 Mercury Cougar XR hardtop. All right. Oh, look at this Benz. Oh my God. Oh wow. Look at the attention to detail and the quality of the material. This is what drives me crazy. Just look at that whole dash. Look at the color and then the metallic trim around the gauges. God, that is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I am just a sucker for the classic Euro classics. I am a sucker for. Oh, that is so beautiful. This is a 60 Mercedes-Benz 190 SL Roadster. My God. And look at this here. You have a Datsun. This is a 68 Datsun 2000 Roadster. This is so beautiful. Wowzers. Now that is a beautiful Corvette. Beautiful vet. I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say this car is freaking way better looking than any of the modern vets. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. 1957 Chevy Corvette convertible. There's just something about this. You can't beat it. You just can't. You know, no disrespect to the new Corvettes. I mean, again, like I said, they compete very well with those, you know, with the exotics, but it's just a totally different car now. It's not, you know, like this car is just unique. It's got its own personality. I mean, the problem with the new vets now, you know, they're trying to implement some of the European designs. You can see it in the new vets, and they don't get me wrong, they look nice and all, but again, the new vet, it's just kind of got caught up in the whole, you know, sports car, exotic car market. That's at least my opinion of it. And this car is just, it's its own car. It's beautiful. What can I say? This is a '63 Pontiac Grand Prix two-door hardtop. Ooh, a very nice color. Let's keep moving here. I know people are in the video. That's okay. I don't care. Let's just keep going. And this is a Jaguar. I think this is a Jaguar here. Yep, 69 Jaguar XKE Series 2 Roadster. Very, very lovely. Let's keep going. All right. It's going to be hard to make a short out of this one because it's so close up. But that's okay. Very nice. All right. And here you have a 1989 Mercedes-Benz 560 SL Roadster. So this is kind of the Benz kind of back in my day, kind of back, you know, when I was like, you know, young and beautiful. I don't think I was ever beautiful, but you know what I mean. So, but yep, here we go. You know, so I'm back in the day away now. Finally made it, and I got some footage. This is a totally different scene than when I was in Custom Alley. Custom Alley was just crazy. And I just get the impression with Philly, I just think the custom car scene is much bigger out here because there was just so many customized cars, and it was just crazy. And over here, it's much calmer. So not too many people here for back in the day way. I happen to love these cars. Like there's a Studebaker there. God, I just love that color. But I don't know. I'm just more of a fan of the classic cars, slightly more. I mean, I love all cars in general. You know. Exotics were my favorite at first, but I think the classic cars have really grown on me quite a bit. And I think it's just because I'm just an old fart now. You know, I'm 5 points over on my blood sugar, so I guess that pretty much makes me an old person now. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling on here, but anyway, all right, gonna look at some more cars and then be out of here. So check out that TVR Triumph. Oh, that is nice. So I was at a car show in Delaware. It was a British car show in Delaware, and that was the first time I saw a Triumph. Well, I just love the design on that. That's very beautiful. Also, I think at the Rockville, Maryland show, I saw several Triumphs there. But anyway, yeah, beautiful car. All right, I think I'm gonna finish up here, do my outro. It's funny. I kind of want to spend more time here. I could just stare at some of these cars all day. Just back in the day ways, it's beautiful. But yeah, I mean, it was so great to come to the Philly Auto Show. I mean, again, so many cars. I mean, the only downside is that I didn't have time. I didn't feel like I had time to talk to people because I was just so busy trying to get footage of all the cars. And I really do like to talk to some of the people that are involved in cars because it helps me kind of learn more about the market, learn about them, and especially if they're the owners, learn more about the cars and everything. Just kind of real quick, the auto show. I mean, I know people had said the auto shows are getting smaller and smaller, and it's kind of disappointing. I still think there's a lot to see. I mean, I was barely able to cover everything in one full day. It actually turns out that I think they close at 7 o'clock. I think the event today ends at 7 o'clock, not 5 o'clock. So I actually do have some time, but, I'm probably going to just leave early. I think I pretty much got everything. But, I hope all of you enjoyed the footage. I'm pretty sure I got all the cars, but just, again, to sum up, pretty much got to see a lot of the cars, a lot of the 2025, the latest and greatest models from all your major manufacturers. I think some of the things that stood out for me were the Hyundai, the design of the Hyundai cars, the Ioniq, and also the Ford Bronco stood out to me as well. I think the Toyota Land Cruiser as well. So, but there were just so many cars to see in general. And then Custom Alley, it was just overwhelming. There were just so many cars. I think that pimped out Lamborghini, that Aventador, for me, just because I love Aventador so much, stood out the most. I was getting tired now. Hold on. Okay, but anyway, just gonna do my wrap up now. But anyway, I hope all of you enjoyed the footage. Again, I think this is a great event to go to, the 2025 Philadelphia Auto Show, or any year. The Philly Auto Show is always a treat. I mean, I think not only because of I'm going to keep walking, but not only just because of the cars, but I would even say just because of the local culture too. I mean, I see all the people geared out in the Eagles gear, and I just see some of the Philly folk here. I mean, I used to live in Philly as well, so it just kind of gives me feelings of nostalgia. And then, as I mentioned earlier, also just it kind of helps out the local economy as well. A lot of people come in, so a lot of businesses, their sales uptick and everything. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the footage. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.